Brandon, pitch the idea for Gotham.
Okay, so it's gonna be, starts out and they're in a theater, and it's Bruce Wayne's parents, and they're seeing Basil Karloff. He's right there in the theater, it's the actor, and then they walk out and his parents get murdered. Then Jim Gordon comes in and they give him some half-assed backstory. They'll probably go in season 2 when they stop run out of villains. And then they go outside, Bruce Wayne's parents get shot, and then he goes and meets Catwoman. She's 15. He's like, oh, whatever, you're older than me, what the hell? And then they stop, and then they meet a banker, and that's Edward Nygma, or whoever, and then they go and meet the Penguin. It's this formed nightclub owner, and you're like, oh, it's the Penguin. And then you go meet some cop, and they're like, oh, it's not the Joker, we're gonna keep you guessing, but it's that guy, because it's always the guy you don't think it's gonna be. Because they have no originality whatsoever. And then they're gonna go off and be like, oh, it's the Alligator Man in the sewers, we gotta go get the Alligator Man. And it's gonna be Killer Croc, and there's gonna be a 7-episode arc of just Killer Croc, but they're not gonna catch him ever because Batman has to catch him, except Batman's only 10. So we still got 15 more seasons of this.
How do you think they're going to introduce Harley Quinn, Brandon?
Harley Quinn will not be introduced because they don't have the balls.
Why don't you?
Because she's over in Arrow, which is not connected to this at all or any other series.
And what do you think? What is in store for Mr. Freeze, Brandon?
Mr. Freeze is going to come in, still being played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, because he has nothing better to do rather than make expendable movies. And he's going to come in and completely just play Victor Freeze, but still make ice puns. And he's gonna do children's parties, and which is where he learns to do puns. And he's gonna come in and at a children's party, they're gonna dump a whole bunch of ice cream on him, and that's how he gets frozen.
How are you gonna?
But before that, they're gonna bring his wife in,
What?
who is also going to be Katana, because fuck you.
And how do you think they're gonna handle Poison Ivy and Scarecrow?
Poison Ivy is a 5-year-old girl, this is already announced, who has abusive parents who die. And she talks to plants.
And what about Scarecrow, Brandon?
The Scarecrow is literally just Bruce Wayne's psychologist for the rest of this. Just Bruce Wayne's psychologist, and he uses this radical form. They're like, oh no, it's the Scarecrow. Oh no, it isn't, because it's not Batman yet. Robin's gonna come in. He's gonna be just pregnant, the Wayne, whatever.
Robin's gonna be pregnant?
No, it's his mom. She's pregnant. Watch it. She has a 3-episode arc over in season 2. Where he has to save the circus travelers that are running around.
And how long is this show going to be on, Brandon?
Forever.
Why?
Because they're going to tie in with Batman, they're going to tie in with the Justice League movie, but it's not going to be related to that at all.
But when's Batman gonna show up, Brandon?
Batman's never going to show up.
Why is that?
Because in this universe, they're not going to have Batman. It's just going to be Jim Gordon and villains.
But doesn't that mean the Gotham City Police Department isn't going to be able to catch anyone?
When has the Gotham Police Department caught anyone?
Never.
They tried to catch the Killer Moth once, they couldn't.
How do you think they're going to introduce Killer Moth?
Killer Moth is going to be a regular moth that Jim Gordon accidentally shoots and then brings back to life.
That's really deep and well thought out, Brandon.
It's going to be this season 1 finale.
Any last remarks on Gotham?
Fuck the show.